بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. ألم تر كيف فعل ربك بأصحاب الفيل؟ ألم يجعل كيدهم في الضليل وأرسل عليهم أبابيل ترميهم بحجارة من سجيل فجعلهم كعصف مأكول.
صلوات. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. أما يتساءلون عن النبأ العظيم الذي هم فيه مختلفون كلا سيعلمون ثم كلا سيعلمون. ألم نجعل الأرض مهادا والجبال أوتادا وخلقناكم أزواجا وجعلنا نومكم سباتا وجعلنا الليل لباسا وجعلنا النهار ماء شجا وبنينا فوقكم سبعا شدادا وجعلنا سراجا وحاجا وأنزلنا من المعصرات ماء ثجاجا لنخرج به حبا ونباتا وجنات ألفافا. إن يوم الفصل كان ميقاتا يوم ينفخ في السور فتأتون أفواجا وفتحت السماء فكانت أبوابا وسيرت الجبال فكانت سرابا. إن جهنم كانت مرصادا للطاغين مآبا لابثين فيها أحقابا لا يذوقون فيها بردا ولا شرابا إلا هميما وغساقا جزاء وفاقا. إنهم كانوا لا يرجون حسابا وكذبوا بآياتنا كذابا وكل شيء أحصيناه كتابا فذوقوا فلن نزيدكم إلا عذابا. إنا للمتقين مفازا حدائق وأعنابا وكواعب أترابا وكأسا دهاقا لا يسمعون فيها لغوا ولا كذابا جزاء من ربك عطاء حسابا. رب السماوات والأرض وما بينهما الرحمن لا يملكون منه خطابا يوم يقوم الروح والملائكة صفا لا يتكلمون إلا من أذن له الرحمن وقال صوابا. ذلك اليوم الحق فمن شاء اتخذ إلى ربه مآبا. إنا أنذرناكم عذابا قريبا يوم ينظر المرء ما قدمت يداه ويقول الكافر يا ليتني كنت ترابا. صدق الله العلي العظيم. صلوات.
Let's welcome Sayyid, not Sayyid, Dr. Jawad Al-Ansari to the podium here by reciting very loud Nara Salawat.
إن شاء الله brother. Yeah. More minutes. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين، إلها واحدا أحدية، وصلى الله على جميع الأنبياء والمرسلين المبعوثين للبشرية، والنبي المؤيد والرسول المسدد المصطفى الأمجد، حبيب إله العالمين أبي القاسم محمد. صلاة دائما أبدية، وعلى آله الأطهار المصطفين الأبرار المخصصين بالقرشية، لا سيما المهدي المنتظر الإمام الثاني عشر منقذ البشرية، واللعن الدائم على أعدائهم أجمعين من الآن إلى قيام يوم الدين لعنة أزلية، وبه نستعين. صلوات. صلى الله عليك يا رسول الله، صلى الله عليك يا مولاي يا أبا عبد الله، صلى الله عليك وعلى الأرواح التي حلت بفنائك وأناخت برحلك يا أبا عبد الله، يا رحمة الله الواسعة، ويا باب نجاة الأمة، عليك منا سلام الله أبدا ما بقينا وبقي الليل والنهار. نسألك يا الله في الدنيا زيارتهم، وفي الآخرة شفاعتهم، فيا ليتنا يا ليتنا كنا معكم سادتي، فنفوز فوزا عظيما. السلام على الحسين وعلى علي بن الحسين وعلى أبا الفضل العباس وعلى العقيلة زينب وعلى أصحاب الحسين ورحمة الله وبركاته. صلوات. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. وإذ ابتلى إبراهيم ربه بكلمات فأتمهن قال إني جاعلك للناس إماما قال ومن ذريتي قال لا ينال عهدي الظالمين. صدق الله العلي العظيم وصدق النبي الرسول الكريم. صلوات. Bless you all, brothers and sisters, inshallah ta'ala. Tonight, I would like to continue and talk a little bit about last night, and then we will begin one of the most important subjects. I just pause a few questions. So later on, not now, okay, when I start the subject of tonight, which is imamat, al-imama, I wanted to come back to you, inshallah. See, if I tell everybody he is a high school graduate, they immediately know that he studied 12 years of school, right? Or 14 if you want to add the kindergarten to it, you know. If I said he's a bachelor, everybody knows what that is, right? If I said he's an engineer, I mean, oh, what kind of an engineer? Is he electrical? Is he mechanical? Is he civil? You know, they know exactly what's going on. Same thing if somebody said a doctor, what kind of a, doctor, a medical doctor, or, psychological doctor, a dentistry, DD doctor, and so forth. But I have a question, and I want you to think about it until we begin the subject, inshallah ta'ala. The question is, you see, every night I see our dear Sayyid. He's my master. He's a Sayyid. He's the son of Rasulullah. So he's always my master, They come and they say, there is Hujjat al-Islam al-Muslimin, there is an Ayatullah. I have a question. What is Hujjat al-Islam? Truly, if you think about it, okay? What is Hujjat al-Islam al-Muslimin? What is an Ayatullah? What is a Mujtahid? Think about it, okay? Now, I'm going to leave this here and inshallah come back to the room as we said later. Brother, I am deeply in that and appreciate the ones that made what's called a positive criticism or, fixing, inshallah. I am open to the positive, not the negative. Negative is a bad one, Amir al-Mu'mineen, our master, may Allah's peace and blessings be upon him, he's masoom. He doesn't make a mistake. He never makes a mistake. Yet, he gave us a beautiful statement. He said, Rahimallah, may Allah's mercy, rahmat be upon the one that gave me my mistakes, my deficiencies as a gift. Ya Allah, sometimes I think about it. I truly think that the psychologists of today got to go and study and to be the students of Amir al-Mu'mineen for a good while, then come to the market. Astaghfirullah, Rahimallah man ahda ilayya uyubi. You see, so this is, and he doesn't make a mistake. So that statement is for us, for me, you see. And I'm so thankful, whether brothers or sisters, that bringing these things. I did go home and I looked at the clip of yesterday, and I did realize that I kind of touched more than one subject, inshallah. And I left it and went to the other one. Yes, sometimes you go because you think that, okay, I send a message. And the message was that we don't want us to concentrate on this dunya, especially for a play. It is a play. That is why I started the story of Imam Baqir, may Allah's peace and blessings be upon him. Allahumma salli ala. He was, he wasn't a toddler. He was a little older than a toddler. He was in his, let's say, 4 or 5 years. He came out. One of the guys looked at him and they said, mashallah, he is sitting somewhere over there by himself. He's not getting involved with the ones that are playing, He said, let me go be nice to him. Get a little toy to him, He took a toy to Imam Baqir. Now, who is Imam Baqir? Everybody knows. See, brothers, when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave us a story of Isa, Jesus alayhi salam, and as he spoke at the bed, that means that at that time, Jesus was the Qutb Alam, or whatever you want to call it. He is the core to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Well, we have 12 Imams that are much higher than all the Anbiya ulil azm. 12 apostles. Truly, brothers, I think yesterday our brother Sayyid, he touched on it. They are not only higher than the Malaika. Please, if I kind of move around, brothers and sisters, and you don't hear me, let me know. Because I do want everybody to understand, inshallah ta'ala. So, Imam Baqir answered nicely to him. He said, we are not created for this. لم نخلق لهذا. What does it mean? It means we are not created to play. No, I'm not saying. You guys play. It is okay, inshallah ta'ala. Yes. Yes. If you want to play a little bit, it's okay. You know? But this is Imam Baqir. This is the one that we take him as wasila to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So I said, we are not meant to play. And I gave the story of, if you go to school for about 4 months and then you have a final test, you will take every minute of that final test in order to do good. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, brother, I have not gone into the subject of imamat yet, okay? This is of takmila, completion of yesterday. Just to understand what is the meaning of crying for Imam Hussein. And I'm going to tell you a story then, inshallah. And if the subject got half of it tonight and half, inshallah, the other half for tomorrow, and forgive me, if you guys don't want me to do that, I will not do that again, inshallah, ta'ala. Yeah, inshallah. The subject yesterday was crying for Imam al-Hussein. What is the significance? I did go through the points and what is crying and what is this and that. And then I emphasized what is crying for Imam al-Hussein for us. Because that's what we want to know. What is crying for me? And with the intention of crying for Imam Hussein alayhi salam. So, let me tell you a story. And this story actually, about 50 years ago, and I still remember it, was told to us by Aghay Bahid Khurasani. Allah, inshallah. May Allah make him healthy and long life. He said there was a Sayyid, the Sayyid one in his late teens. This Sayyid, he wanted to get married, but it seemed like nobody would pay attention to him, Getting married needs money, needs knowing the girl, needs khutubat, and so forth and so forth. It occurred to him, let me go to my grandfather, Amir al-Mu'mineen. Said, Ya Amir al-Mu'mineen, I'm your son. Too, just like everybody else, right? Please, I need a wife, need to get married. You told us to get married. Marriage is half of the religion, right? And if you get married sooner, it's 3/4 of a religion. It's not, if somebody gets married right at the time, it's a lot more than half. You see, so Allah gave us a good half, and the rest we have to namaz, ruza, and so forth, inshallah. So he said, I want to get married. He took off right when he reached the border of Iran, Iraq. He was in Iran, going to Najaf, to Karbala, to Iraq. The guy at the border, he was a mean guy. Right when it was his turn, looked at him. What is this? A little boy, clothes like this, like that, Where are you going? Well, I'm going to Najaf. Who are you going to visit? Well, I'm going to visit my grandfather, Amir al-Mu'mineen. How long? He was mean to him. I don't know if you guys have been at our border between the United States. You feel a little bit of it. I could say 101%. So the more he was asking, and the more he was tired, and he wanted to pass, and why he's asking me all of these questions, So he was getting more upset, more and more upset. And he was delaying him and wait until this guy comes and that guy comes. So at the end, he reached a point where he said, why are you not letting me? He said, I told you, sit down, shut up. He said, if I go inside, I will complain to my grandfather about you. Sit down. And he let him sit more, poor guy, So he sat down. The love of his grandfather, Amir al-Mu'mineen, he said, even if he lets me stay until tomorrow morning, I will stay. I need to go see my grandfather. Salaam alayhi. Okay, and when everybody left, yalla, come on in, give me your papers, whatever, and he let him go. He was so filled with anger, He went all the way, continued to Najaf. Continued to those who've been there, Allah bless you all, inshallah ta'ala, to that dome, golden dome, al-qubbat al-safra, the golden dome al-dhahabi, went inside, and he was filled with anger. He was upset. He went there, instead of asking for what he wanted, he just sat down complaining. Yeah, Amir al-Mu'mineen, oh, my grandfather, I came, man, this guy, he did this to me, he did that to me. Please curse him, please do this, please send azab, la'nat, torture. Anyway, he got tired, he got relaxed. I complained to my grandfather, he slept. In his sleep, his grandfather came to his sleep, his dream. My dear beloved, why you're upset? Why you are so depressed? It is okay. So my grandfather, hugging him, kissing him, embracing him. He said, well, he did this to me, he did that to me. Please, if I could see him get tortured, I feel good, Amir al-Mu'mineen said, but son, we cannot torture him. But why you cannot torture him? He said, because. Now, this is the punchline. This is the importance of crying for Imam Hussein. He said, this guy, one day he was lost in the desert somewhere. And he was going right and left. And the more he goes right and left, the more thirsty he gets. Right? Our countries over there is hot, you see. So, he started turning right, turning left, turning left. Finally, I think found somebody. He said, well, now, why don't you take this road? And he did, and he was so thirsty. No water, no anything, dehydrated, He said, yeah, subhanAllah. And he was going. For a good distance, he saw the dome of Sayyid al-Shuhada. When he saw the dome, he became overfilled by not only happiness, but because he was so thirsty, suddenly his eyes, what happened to it? Teared. He started crying. Ya Sayyid al-Shuhada, you were this thirsty? He was a lot more thirsty than that, Sayyid al-Shuhada. So he shed a little tears. Not like us sitting down and crying. He shed little tears. Anyway, he continued. He got to his home and everything. So he was happy. The boy was happy that his grandfather honored him by coming to his dream. And what else does he want? What does a person really want? Amir al-Mu'mineen coming to your dream. That is the greatest gift that a person can have. Anyway, he woke up totally serene, totally in contentment. Ya Allah. That's enough for me. He even forgot why he came from. He completely forgot. Should I rip my clothes off now? But anyway, he reached there. The guy with total pride. He said, so you complained about me, didn't you? He looked at him with sincerity, with serenity, peace. He said, yes, I did. He said, well, nothing happened to me. He said, yes, my grandfather said, nothing will happen. We will not do anything to you. He said, why? Why, he said, he will do nothing to us. He said, because at such and such day, you were thirsty, you got lost. As soon as you saw the dome of Sayyid al-Shuhada, your eyes teared. Because of these tears, we're not going to torture you. We're not going to do anything to you. That's it. You took the amanat, what do you call it? A long time ago, people used to put their thumbprint on the thing, the signature of today, He said he gave that piece. Suddenly he got shocked. He said, son, please, I will this time, I will be kind. I will not let you go. Please stay. I will take you, I will invite you to my home tonight. He said, but he said, please, this time I'm asking you, I plead for you, please stay. I want you to stay. My job will finish up, let's say in 2 hours, 3 hours, Sure enough, he finished his job. He said, what I want to do is I want to invite you to my house, to be my guest. Please come. Okay, I'm leaving anyway. He took him to his house. When he took him to his house, he called his daughter. My daughter, my beloved daughter, yes, bring water, bring food, bring this. Beautiful daughter comes in. And by the first, by the second, by the third, coming in and out, one time bringing water, one time bringing soup, one time bringing, Of course, he was looking. Finally, the father said, did you like my daughter? He said, well, she's really pretty. He said, I want you to ask for her hand. I want to give you my daughter. He said, Ya subhanallah. Suddenly he woke up. Ya subhanallah, I came for this issue. I completely forgot because he was angry. He was upset. Ya subhanallah. So because of that, well, of course, he thought about it. Was who's better than this? And the guy said, well, who's better than you? Who Amir al-Mu'mineen came to his dream for this purpose. Please accept my invitation and please accept my daughter's hand or give us, So what happened? One tear for Imam Hussein. What happened? He not only got the signature of peace in his life, but also he became the, what we call it, the in-laws to Amir al-Mu'mineen, to a Sayyid. And he made a Sayyid and his daughter got married to a Sayyid. Ya subhanallah. Now this is only about the cry. What about the dust of the people hitting the walkers? That's another story. I'm not going to get into that again. One thing I remembered, I read the poetry. Remember, I read a poetry a little bit wrong last night. That is, what was the poetry? Anyway, it was Farsi poetry. Did anybody remember? If it didn't have, we don't have to. It said, Nakhostine fitrat. Anyway, I didn't know it's the Farsi. Nakhostine fitrat pasine shimar. I said something else. Nakhostine fitrat pasine shimar tui khishtan ra be bazi madar. Bazi means play. It will be in Urdu. Akhri shumara ki pehle no'iyat. Did I say it right? Okay. Ab khud kim parmani bin. If I said it right, please, Did I mess it up? No? You didn't understand? Okay. Nakhostine fitrat. You are the juice of this universe. You are the next to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Right? It is you. So don't waste your life in a play or game. Don't waste your life for a play or game. Nakhostine fitrat pasine shimar. This is, truly, brothers and sisters, inshallah ta'ala, if we could Farsi out of my few languages that Allah blessed me with, the Farsi hikmat, poetry, is the best. Even Arabic is no close. Arabic in eloquence is higher. Yes, I am with you. But in hikmat, it is way higher. Way, way higher. Inshallah ta'ala. So, now, please, brothers and sisters, take a deep breath and we're going to begin tonight's, inshallah, session. Tonight's session is, I said, about imamat. What is imamat? Right? Who can understand imamat? You see, as I said, if I told you he's a bachelor degree, immediately your brain goes, okay, he studied 12 years of high school, 4 years of bachelor degree, in what specialty, whatever it is, psychology, physics, chemistry, nursing, you immediately put it together, right? But my dear brothers and sisters, if somebody told you Hujjat al-Islam, what does that mean? If somebody had finished, for instance, you became imam. Usually imam is only after muqaddimat. Become an imam. What is that? What did he study? What are the courses that he studied that it is so deep? I'm just bringing this as an example. I don't want to get into it because if you go and you study the curriculum of the, of course, probably say it. Maybe one day we should sit down and say, okay, what is the curriculum of Muqaddimat? What is the curriculum? So we know that when somebody says he's a Hujjat al-Islam, we know how much he studied. How many years of studies he studied. When he became an Ayatollah, okay, how much did he study? Okay, as Muqaddimat, Sutuh Ula, Sutuh second, Kharij, you see, and then the language before that. In Islam, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, my dear brothers and sisters, also have a school. We have to advance in the school of Allah, in which, I call it the first two levels. The first two levels is being a Muslim, then being a mu'min. See, first we're going to be a Muslim. If we want to get into the school of Allah, to the kindergarten, we're going to be a Muslim first, right? That is to be a Muslim. But if you read the history, Harun al-Rashid, now who's Harun al-Rashid? This great tyrant, right? Considered himself a Muslim. Yazid considered himself a Muslim. And we have to look at it as Muslim. You see? If you look at people of today, Saddam, Gaddafi, I don't want to get into the politics, but the Iraqis that know, they are Muslims. But is that it? Is that good enough for us to be Muslims and we go to heaven? Believe in Islam and that's it. You go to, this is a statement, okay? And you go to heaven. No, brothers, no sisters. We have to get into the second school. What is the second school? The second school is to be a mu'min. That's the second school. How can I graduate from Islam to be a mu'min? Have you guys heard the hadith that said, alamat mu'min are five? There are 5 alama for a mu'min. In other words, if you want to graduate from Islam to a higher grade, you need 5 characteristics to work on it. Beside your prayer, namaz, whatever, and roza, and hajj, sadaqat, khums, zakat, jihad, amr maruf. You need 5 characteristics. First, okay, salat 51. Panja oyek, 50. You're going to pray 51 rakas. Can you pray? Can we pray? Well, I teach you. I myself, it's really easy. You can. Everybody can. It is not hard. If you have a wudu, men or women, you can pray the mustahabbat by walking. You don't have to sit down and Allahu Akbar, up and down. You see? So see, inshallah. Inshallah you learn this. Inshallah you learn something out of this person, inshallah ta'ala. So if you had a wudu and you're coming, you go from here to there, you want to read 2 rak'ahs of mustahabbat in namaz zuhr, for instance. Of mustahabbat namaz subh. Morning prayer, there's 2 units of prayer before salat subh, before namaz subh. As you go to namaz subh, read these 2 and you get there. If you couldn't, that is. If you can, Allahu Akbar, it's 2 and 2. It's become 2. Zuhr had 8 rak'ahs, which is 4. Asr has 4, which is 8 rak'ahs. Maghrib, Isha, if you count them, they'll be 51. So, the first one is Salat Ihda wa Khamseen. Namaz 51 on a daily basis. And as I said, it is easy. Please learn that, you know. Second, it's called Ta'fir al-Jabeen. Means you make sujood enough where it shows on your forehead. You know, a lot of people, a lot of brothers, I see them, mashallah, because they make sujood. Ta'fir, it's called Jabeen. Ta'fir al-Jabeen, that's second. Third, the reason why I'm pushing this, because I want to know what is imamat now. Again, okay, the subject is imamat, and I hope you guys don't, you know, don't think I'm getting out of the subject. If I don't give this introduction, imamat may be lost. So what is imamat again? So that's why. So to pass from the first grade to the second grade, now number one, you need salat 51. You need ta'fir al-Jabeen, okay? Salat 51 wa ta'fir al-Jabeen. You need to put a ring on, which is really easy, inshallah. You need ziyar. You know, I sent brother, you know, put it on your neck, brother, forgive me. Ziyarat Ashura, Ziyarat Hussein, and Ziyarat Hussein. Salamullahi alayhi. You read that in a daily basis. Put it in front of you before you go, before you come. And I think, is that brother Ziyarat Imam Hussein? Ashura? Okay. Oh, Ziyarat Warith. Yeah, Ziyarat Warith. That's Ziyarat Imam Hussein. Make ziyarah to Imam Hussein alayhi salam. So you need Salat 51 والتختم باليمين وزيارة الحسين. I'm sorry? زيارة الأربعين, yeah, which is زيارة Imam al-Hussein, called زيارة Imam al-Hussein. Anyway, subhanAllah, it's 5 things. If you do, you become mu'min, a higher degree. So then become this first, this is the second. What is the third? What is the fourth? You see, let me kind of get into then the third is become muqin. Muqin. It's muqin. It's called muqin. Say iqan. That's a very tough degree of yaqeen. You see? So we have Islam, we have Iman, we have taqwa, okay? Then we have Iqan, then we have Wara', then we have Zahid, and then this is the 8th degree, a person becomes completely taslim. See, first Islam, the 8th grade is totally taslim to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Can we, you know, in other words, never, see, Amir al-Mu'mineen, I'm going to tell you a story. Again, please, let's not leave. The subject is imamat. Okay, inshallah ta'ala. Amir al-Mu'mineen, salamullahi alayhi, one day, the house did not have anything. But who's the house? This is the household of Amir al-Mu'mineen, of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, the grandsons of Rasulullah, Fatima al-Zahra, the daughter of Rasulullah. He found 6 dirhams. He said, let me go get some food and bring it to the house. He took the money in his pocket, he went outside. Somebody was complaining, Ya Allah, I am in debt, I'm hungry, I am lost, what can I do? I need money in order to save myself. He said a statement. He said, a mu'min is not a mu'min until or unless he trusts what is in the hands of Allah than what is in his own hand. There's only 6 dirhams in his hand. He gave it all to the guy. That's it. Yes, subhanAllah. Nothing. This is called taslim li amrillah. Can we be like that? You see? If we are the 8th degree. Now, if we go higher, what is Nabi? Nabi, okay? Payambar, right? What is Payambar? Payambar is the 34th degree or class or school of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You grow one after another. Okay, let's go to the ayah. وَإِذِ ابْتَلَى إِبْرَاهِيمُ رَبَّهُ بِكَلِمَاتٍ فَأَتَمَّهُنَّ قَالَ إِنِّي جَاعِلُكَ لِلنَّاسِ إِمَامًا قَالَ وَمِنْ ذُرِّيَّتِي قَالَ لَا يَنَالُ عَهْدِ الظَّالِمِينَ. Let's concentrate again on this one. What was Ibrahim? Ibrahim went through the same school. If you read the life of Abraham, may Allah's peace and blessings be upon him and our progeny of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, first he became a Nabi, and then he became a Rasul. See, Rasul is higher. Rasul, Allah will give him risalat. Once you get the risalat, then he is higher than that. So he became Rasul. What did he become after that? He is considered in Nubuwwat, okay? He's the second. They're saying he's the second in Nubuwwat. Of course, that doesn't mean that he's higher than our Imams. Our Imams are much higher. But in Nubuwwah, our Amir al-Mu'mineen is Imam, you see? Then he became Khalil. وَاتَّخَذَ إِبْرَاهِيمَ Khalil. Khalil, what is Khilla? You know, so that's another subject, another lecture, another talk that we have to do. You see, Ibrahim, may Allah's peace and blessings be upon him, he went through these. Once he had the hardest test. Then Allah said, I made him an imam. وَإِذِ ابْتَلَى. Okay, let's go to the ayah. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying, I have made a great test. Let me read it in English for you. And remember, when the Lord of Abraham, salamullahi alayhi, tried him with a certain command. What are these commands? So we have to get into this story. Which he fulfilled. He not only fulfilled, brothers and sisters, he became an A+. Now those who go to college, you know, he did not only pass. See, you know, if you go to college, the D is a passing grade, right? F is flunking, D is a passing grade, then we have D+, then C, then, you know, and so forth. Then we have A, also A, we have A-, A, and A+. أَتَمَّهُنَّ. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, he said, he completed all aspects of it. What did he do? Again, let's a little bit emphasize. Again, my dear brothers, sisters, the subject is imamah, okay? Once he passed this great test with an A, then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, قَالَ إِنِّي جَاعِلُكَ لِلنَّاسِ imama. Now you tell me, brothers and sisters, truly speaking, you know, wallahi, sometimes I even feel ashamed to say, if I could be the dirt underneath the shoe of Qambar, not Amir al-Mu'mineen, not, I'm talking about Qambar. You know, Qambar is the servant of Amir al-Mu'mineen. How did Qambar become Qambar that became a servant of Amir al-Mu'mineen, salamullahi alayhi? Today, my dear brothers and sisters, today we have the Imam Zaman. He is great. That's why we're not being, I wish we could have one eye on him. اكحل ناظرنا بنظرة, one look. That's enough for us. That's it. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala had gave us the, you know, the signature of everything in our life. But we have to be able to, we have to be capable, we have to, pass the tests. The imams will not come to us as, just to talk to us. This is our imam, this is our master, this is our crown, that we are proud that we have this imam, the 12th imam. أمير المؤمنين قال إني جعلك للناس إماما. What did Ibrahim salamullahi alayhi and our progeny, what did he do? Now you think about it. My dear brothers and sisters, Abraham, as he said it in the Quran, Alhamdulillah alladhi wahaba li ala al-kibari Ismail. Thanks to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that he had given me as I was old. Now the word ala al-kibari, as I was old, this has a great significance. You see, I'm sure that inshallah all of you will become old, will get married, you have children, and then later on you have a grandchildren. You say, wow, you will see that your grandchildren is a lot sweeter than your own. Isn't that right? For those who know it. Brothers and sisters over there. Abraham did not have any. Ya subhanallah. Sarah, his wife, could not have a baby. It's a long story now. If I'm going to get into this story, I'm afraid that some people, they say, okay, we lost the imamat. No, Ibrahim, imam. And the subject is imama. You see? So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala put it in the heart of Sarah, his wife. Now that the king had given you a gift, Hajar, Hagar. Hajar. Why don't you marry Hajar? She said it. So he got married. Ya subhanallah, in his older age, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave him Ismail, right? Okay. Now Ismail is growing up. Ismail is becoming sweeter and nicer. And he was a prophet too. He could see that. Prophets could see with a different eye, brothers and sisters. We have to get these eyes out. If you could get these inner eyes out, you will see a lot more things. You will hear a lot more things. One of the scholars, I'm sure that all of you know, Allama Tabatabai, the one that made tafsir Quran. He said this guy, he was so poor, he was so hungry. But when he was sleeping, he could hear the tasbih of the trees. SubhanAllah. I mean, the guy, he was that mu'min. Anyway, Ibrahim could see. And Allah said in the Quran, وَكَذَلِكَ نُرِي, I'll let Ibrahim see malakut. When he was doing like this, he was saying malakut. Malakut samawati wal ard. So, Ibrahim, may Allah's peace and blessings be upon him, had Ismail. Now, Ismail, that beautiful son, that strong son, suddenly there was a bit of a fight. Well, I don't know whether I should call it a fight, I should call it jealousy, whatever, ghirat, ghirat between Sarah and Hagar. And she said, Abraham, Salamullah, I cannot tolerate it anymore. I said, what do you mean? But she's a wife, your wife, I have a son. He went to Allah. Ya Allah, what should I do? Allah said, listen to Sarah. He took the side of Sarah. Salamullahi alayhi. Now you tell me about what kind of a test. Would you pass the test? I don't have that much time. It's almost, we'll continue inshallah, my dear brothers and sisters, tomorrow. Just a few words of going to Karbala, The Prophet, sallallahu alayhi wa alayhi, you know that the Prophet, he had two sons, Abu Qasim and Ibrahim. When he had Ibrahim, the second son, one day he was sitting both of them on his lap. Gabriel came. He said, Ya Rasulullah, One of them got to go. What do you mean? One of them got to go. He said, okay, Gabriel, go tell Allah, let Ibrahim go. So Hussein was left to be the symbol of sacrifice for us. Anyway, time passed. Ibrahim died, as everybody knows, right? At such a beautiful age, too. They say he was about toddler and 2 years old. He went until Rasulullah was at the bed, going out. Ya Rasulullah. He was going in and out. Ghaybubat, coma, not coma, going out, in and out, and he was looking at the faces. Suddenly Imam Hussein came. When Imam Hussein came, he started crying and crying. Imam Ali, oh Rasulullah, why you're crying? He said, I'm going to tell you. Oh Ali, Fatima Zahra, my beautiful daughter, will follow me first. You got to know that she will be punched by the dirty people of my ummah. Zahra, you, Ya Ali, you will be hit and poisoned. Imam Hassan will be poisoned. And Imam Hussein, may Allah's peace and blessings be upon him, he will be the symbol of sacrifice. He will be fida for my ummah. So we have to put that into perspective. Now think about it. All of this is being seen by Zainab, salamullahi alayha. But that was right with Rasulullah. That was right when her father was there. Think about Zainab when she lost everybody at Karbala. Salamullahi alaykum ya ahl bayt al-nubuwah. وسيعلم الذين ظلموا آل محمد أي منقلب سينقلبون والعاقبة للمتقين إنا لله وإنا إليه راجعون. Ya Allah, I'm so sorry I took about 2 minutes extra. Forgive me, brothers and sisters. Ya Allah, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give Islam the strength and make it victorious. Ya Allah, let Islam be the dominant. Ya Allah, make every sick person well and strong and get him out of that sickness, Ya Allah. Ya Allah, make every poor person rich. Ya Allah, make the establisher of this beautiful place healthy, wealthy, happy, and full of energy, inshallah, to build the community as the community of Ahl al-Bayt بحق محمد وآله الطيبين الطاهرين وصلى الله على محمد وآله الطيبين الطاهرين اللهم صل على محمد. Inshallah, we will continue, brothers and sisters, tomorrow, inshallah.
Need help from young people to put Musalla.